Hello, welcome to the new video The Love of Milim and Rimuru by BenGrem1234. Chapter 52. Awakening of the 13 Patarian a day has passed after Rimuru had recreated all the Eastern Empire soldiers. Today was the day when Rimuru will reward all his subordinates who has fought hard in the war with the Eastern Empire and those whose powers have increased to a certain level. Rimuru was in his slime form and was placed in his throne inside his castle. By his side, seating in her own throne, was Milim. She came back from her training yesterday saying that she is ready for the war to come. Her power definitely increased. Before, her presence was just overwhelming like all true dragons, but now it is like the heavens and space bends to her will just by her being there, Rimuru thought to himself after observing Milim. The throne room was filled with different monsters, each of them dressed in their best formal wares. Behind Milim's throne was Tyr in her formal wear without her clown mask. Tyr seems to have made a change after all she went through. After the supposed death of Yuki and her friends, Tyr swore an oath to be Milim's personal guard for the rest of her life after coming to Tempest. Seeing no problem with it, Rimuru agreed with her request and she and Milim has been very close ever since. In front of the throne room were 13 people, each of them standing with their heads bowed. The people were Benimaru, Diablo, Xian, Testarossa, Carrera, Ultima, Kumara, Adelman, Geld, Gabiru, Zijin, Ranga and Shuna. These 13 people were the ones chosen to be awarded because their power were the strongest among all the monsters in the Jura Tempest Federation. Among the crowds of people were the subordinates of Gazel Dwargo who came to congratulate Rimuru on his overwhelming victory against the Eastern Empire. Rimuru, still in his slime form, began to speak. I thank everyone for attending on this occasion. This is a joyous day when we celebrate our victory against the Eastern Empire. But do not let this victory get to your heads, because that is when our defeat will be assured. Seeing that no one was talking, he continued, as you all know, the world is going to enter into a war with an enemy on the level of gods in a month's time. Her military power is overwhelming, but it shouldn't discourage us because our own military power is just as overwhelming. We must all prepare ourselves because this war will determine the future of this world we live in. The faces of the monsters in the room all became hardened. All of them were resolved to give it their all in the upcoming war, no matter how powerful the enemy is. Rimuru looked at the faces of his subordinates and nodded. With that said, I called the 13 of you here today because you all are the pillar of Jura Forest Federation. Benimaru, Diablo, Xian, Zijin, Testarossa, Carrera, Ultima, Adelman, Ranga, Kumara, Shuna, Gabiru and Geld, you 13 are the strongest among all my subordinates. Therefore, I appoint all of you to lead our army in the war to come. We live to serve Lord Rimuru, all of them responded. Rimuru immediately transformed into his human form and stood in front of them. That's good to hear. In order to make sure that you my Patarians are ready for the war, I will grant all of you power that will help you win this war. Rimuru stretched out both of his hands to the 13 of them while all of them bowed. I'm counting on you, Seal. Less than leave it to me, Master. Initiating sequence. Transferring the required amount of souls to the 13 subordinates of Master. Successful. The evolution to a higher realm will begin shortly. Greater than. As Seal was speaking, Rimuru began to release a little bead of his magicules in the air, which took form of blue smoke. The magicules in form of a smoke flew and descended on the 13 subordinates in front of Rimuru until all of them were covered. Everyone in the room was shocked because they didn't understand what was happening. Only Milim, who has her draconic eyes, could understand what Rimuru was doing. Even though what he was doing was beyond the norm, she accepted it because it was Rimuru who was doing it. The subordinates of Gazel were looking around in fright. The reason is because the little magicules Rimuru released is too overwhelming for humans to withstand. Rimuru's subordinates were fine because they all live in the Jura forest, where Rimuru's aura was constantly covering the entire forest. As the magicules covered them, the power of the 13 subordinates began to rise at a ridiculous rate. Their evolution using souls should not have this much effect, but because Rimuru, who is a true deity, bathed them in his aura, their power after their evolution will be more than doubled. Once the evolution was about to begin, the voice of the world was heard on the entire Jura Forest Federation. Notice. The awakening of the individuals Benimaru, Diablo, Xian, Zijin, Adelman, Testarossa, Carrera, Ultima, Gabiru, Geld, Shuna, Kumara and Ranga to a higher being has begun. A gift will be bestowed to all those connected to them after the evolution. As the words were heard, a bright light covered the 13 subordinates of Rimuru and an overwhelmingly magicules began to emit from them. All the monsters in the room bowed their heads while the subordinates of Gazel looked on with a gobsmacked expression. Milim watched in anticipation, but Rimuru, who has returned to his throne, took her hand in his to calm her down. Both of them along with everyone else watched on to see the birth of 13 new awakened demon lord whose powers will surpass all that come before them. Seal, you know what to do, Rimuru thought as he watched the evolution. Less than acknowledge master greater than inside the subconscious of 13 subordinates undergoing their evolution, they could hear the voice of the world announcing about their evolution. Each of them was hearing a different thing from the other and only they can hear what is being announced to them privately. For Diablo, confirmed. Super evolving the individual Diablo from a demon peer to an awakened demon lord. Successful. All powers has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistances. Successful. New unique skills, infinite regeneration, universal detect, awakened demon lord's ambition, enhanced replication, underworld control. Acquiring new resistance, physical attack nullification, pain nullification, spiritual attack nullification, holy attack resistance, abnormal status nullification and natural element nullification. Successful. Due to the power and influence of the superior being known as Seal, the unique skill Tempter is attempting to evolve. Successful. The unique skill Tempter has evolved into the ultimate skill Temptation skill Azazel. This completes the evolution. For Benimaru, confirmed. Super evolving the individual Benimaru from an Oni to inflamed divine spirit Oni. Successful. All powers has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistances. Successful. New unique skills, infinite regeneration, universal detect, Lord's ambition, will control. Acquiring new resistance, physical attack nullification, pain nullification, spiritual attack nullification, holy attack resistance, natural element nullification, abnormal status nullification. Successful. Due to the power and influence of the superior being Seal, the unique skill-born leader is attempting to evolve. Successful. The unique skill-born leader has evolved into the ultimate skill-blazing Sunlord Amaterasu. This completes the evolution. For Shuna, confirmed. Changing the individual Shuna from an Oni to a divine spirit Oni. Successful. All powers has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, requiring intrinsic skills and resistances. Successful. New unique skills, infinite regeneration, universal detect, Lord's ambition, mental calmness. Acquiring new resistance, spiritual attack nullification, physical attack resistance, pain nullification, holy attack nullification, natural element nullification, abnormal status nullification. Due to the power and influence of the superior being Seal, the unique skill analyst is attempting to evolve. Successful. The unique skill analyst has evolved into the ultimate skill Python. This completes the evolution. For Gabiru, confirmed. Super evolving the individual Gabiru from Dragonute to Divine Water Spirit. Successful. All powers has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistances. Successful. New unique skills, infinite regeneration, universal detect, Lord's ambition, water creation, fate duplication. Acquiring new resistance, physical attack nullification, pain nullification, natural element nullification, spiritual attack resistance, holy attack resistance. Successful. Due to the power and influence of the Supreme Being Seal, the unique skill Braggart is attempting to evolve. Successful. The unique skill Braggart has evolved into the ultimate skill King of Mind. This completes the evolution. For Geld, confirmed. Super evolving the individual Geld from High Orc to Divine Orc King. Successful. All powers has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistances. Successful. New unique skills, infinite regeneration, universal detect, Lord's ambition, protection, iron body. Acquiring new resistance, pain nullification, physical attack resistance, natural element nullification, state anomaly nullification, spiritual attack resistance, holy attack resistance. Successful. Due to the power and influence of the Supreme Being Seal, the unique skill Satiator is attempting to evolve. Successful. The unique skill Satiator has evolved into the ultimate skill Gourmet King Beelzebub. This completes the evolution. For Ultima, confirmed. Super evolving from Demon Peer to an awakened Demon Lord. Successful. All powers has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistances. Successful. New unique skills. Infinite regeneration, universal detect, awakened Demon Lord's ambition, mana burst. Acquiring new resistance. Physical attack nullification, spiritual attack nullification, holy attack resistance, pain nullification, natural element nullification, abnormal status nullification, successful. Due to the power and influence of the Supreme Being Seal, the ultimate skill Poison King Alvin is attempting to evolve. Due to the ultimate skill being the final form of a skill, the unique skill Mana Burst has been sacrificed to evolve the ultimate skill Poison King Alvin. Successful. The ultimate skill Poison King Alvin has evolved into Poison King Samael. This completes the evolution. For Testarossa, confirmed. Super evolving the individual Testarossa from Demon Peer to awakened Demon Lord. Successful. All power has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistances. Successful. New unique skills. Infinite regeneration, universal detect, awakened Demon Lord's ambition, Fate Destroyer. Acquiring new resistance. Pain nullification, physical attack nullification, spiritual attack nullification, holy attack resistance, abnormal status nullification, natural element nullification. Due to the power and influence of the Supreme Being Seal, the individual Testarossa's power Death Strike is being merged with the unique skill Fate Destroyer. Merging. Successful. The merging of the power Death Strike and the unique skill Fate Destroyer has been successfully executed and the ultimate skill Death King Belial has been created as a result. This completes the evolution. For Carrera, confirmed. Super evolving of the unique individual Carrera from half-demon half-true dragon to awakened demon true dragon. Successful. All powers has been significantly improved. Material, spiritual and dragon bodies can now be transformed freely. Individual can now transform into her true dragon form. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistance. Successful. New unique skills, godly regeneration, dimensional detect, demon true dragon ambition, creation and destruction. Acquiring new resistance. Pain nullification, physical attack nullification, spiritual attack nullification, holy attack nullification, abnormal status nullification, natural element nullification, successful. Due to the powers and influence of the Supreme Being Seal, the individual Carrera is attempting to awaken an ultimate skill. Awakening new ultimate skill. Successful. The unique individual Carrera has awakened the ultimate skill Annihilation King Abaddon. This completes the evolution. For Kumara, confirmed. Super evolving from a nine-tailed fox to a heavenly star nine-tailed spirit. Successful. All power has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistances. Successful. New unique skills, infinite regeneration, universal detect, Lord's ambition, fire manipulation. Acquiring new resistance. Pain nullification, physical attack nullification, spiritual attack resistance, holy attack resistance, abnormal status nullification, natural element nullification, successful. Due to the power and influence of the Supreme Being Seal, the individual Kumara is attempting to awaken an ultimate skill. Successful. The individual Kumara has awakened the ultimate skill Mythical Beast King Bahamut. This completes the evolution. For Ranga, confirmed. Super evolving from Tempest Star Wolf to Tempest Divine Wolf. Successful. All powers has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistances. Successful. New unique skills, infinite regeneration, universal detect, Lord's ambition, enhanced replication. Acquiring new resistance. Physical attack nullification, abnormal status nullification, natural element nullification, spiritual attack resistance, holy attack resistance, successful. Due to the power and influence of the Supreme Being Seal, the individual Ranga has been bestowed upon with an ultimate skill. The individual Ranga has acquired the ultimate skill Stellar Windlord Haster. This completes the evolution. For Zijin, confirmed. Super evolving from insectoid to water insect god. Successful. all powers has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistance. Successful. New unique skills, infinite regeneration, universal detect, Lord's ambition, dimensional space manipulation. Acquiring new resistance. Pain nullification, physical attack nullification, spiritual attack nullification, natural element nullification, abnormal status nullification, holy attack resistance, successful. Due to the powers and influence of the Supreme Being Seal, the individual Zijin is being gifted an ultimate skill. The individual Zijin has acquired the ultimate skill Illusion King Mephisto. This completes the evolution. For Adelman, confirmed. Super evolving from Necromancer Spirit to a Necromancer Divine Spirit. Successful. All powers has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistances. Successful. New unique skills, infinite regeneration, universal detect, Lord's ambition, death manipulation. Acquiring new resistance. Physical attack nullification, mental attack nullification, state anomaly nullification, natural element nullification, holy attack resistance, successful. Due to the power and influence of the Supreme Being Seal, the individual Adelman is attempting to awaken an ultimate skill. Successful. The individual Adelman has awakened the ultimate skill book of Magic Necronomicon. This completes the evolution. For Xian, confirmed. Super evolving the individual Xian from an Oni to a divine fighting spirit Oni. Successful. All powers has been significantly improved. Material and spiritual bodies can now be transformed freely. Next, reacquiring intrinsic skills and resistance. Successful. New unique skills, infinite regeneration, universal detect, Lord's ambition, space and time manipulation, light manipulation. Acquiring new resistance. Pain nullification, physical attack nullification, state anomaly nullification, spiritual attack nullification, natural element nullification, holy attack resistance. Due to the power of the Supreme Being Seal, the unique skill Master Chef is attempting to evolve. Successful. The unique skill Master Chef has evolved into the ultimate skill Tyrannus King Susano. This completes the evolution. This completes all evolution, back to the royal throne room. As the light began to die down, the voice of the world sounded in the entire room. The evolution has been completed. A gift will be bestowed to all those connected to the individuals. After that, many of the monsters inside the room all began to fall down. Everyone was panicking, but Rimuru calmed them all down. Do not be alarmed. All monsters who can move should stand guard here and make sure nothing happens to those who are evolving. As the 13 subordinates of Rimuru was still undergoing the final touch of their evolution, Rimuru took Milim's hand and stood up. Let's go, Milim. I want to spend today with you. Sure, Rimuru. Give me a sec. Milim turned to Ter, who was behind her throne. Ter, stay here and stand guard. Don't let any suspicious person inside this room after we are gone. As you wish, Lady Milim, was Ter's answer. So Rimuru and Milim left the room, leaving behind a dumbfounded subordinates of Gazel Dwargo. How are we going to report this to King Gazel? I have no idea. I don't even understand what just happened, even when it happened right before my eyes. I sure am glad that this nation is our ally and not our enemy. The two subordinates of Gazel discussed among themselves, wondering just how they are going to explain to their king that Rimuru literally turned 13 subordinates of his into being comparable to true dragons. They know this because they could barely stand where they were inside the throne room due to how overpowering the rising aura of the 13 subordinates undergoing their evolution is. This news will definitely shock the world if it gets out.